short hairstyles for women over 60 with thinning hair. You ever wake up, look in the mirror, and wonder if half your hair quietly quit overnight? Like it got fed up, packed its little follicles, and just left. Been there. I used to think it was the shampoo, then maybe the pillowcase, then, brace yourself, the moon cycle. Eventually, I had to admit what no one really warns you about. Hair thins, especially after 60. And it's not because you did something wrong. It's just life, with a side of hormones. Welcome to Glow After 60, where we tell the truth about aging beauty, with a little humor and absolutely no shame. Today we're diving into short hairstyles for thinning hair. Not the kind that scream, "I gave up," but the kind that whisper, "Still got it." Because let's be honest, long hair isn't always the answer, especially when it starts clinging to your scalp like a sad curtain. The right shortcut? It can lift your look, give the illusion of volume, and make you feel polished again, even if your actual styling routine is just a prayer and a round brush. We'll look at 6 smart shifts. What to ditch if your strands are starting to sulk. How to fake fullness with nothing but scissors. And the one sneaky mistake that makes thinning hair look even thinner. Spoiler, I did it for years. This isn't about trends. It's about tricks that work now. And the first one might just involve letting go of your beloved layers. Ready? Let's go snip by snip. Part 1's coming up, and it starts with a cut that surprised even me. Part 1, the too many layers trap. You know how we used to think layers were the secret to volume? Like, if you just kept adding enough choppy bits, somehow the hair would rise up and salute? Yeah, my hair didn't get the memo either. I used to ask for lots of layers at the salon, thinking it would make my thinning hair look fuller. What I got? Wisps, flyaways, and the overall effect of a deflated feather duster. If you've been there too, you're in good company. Here's the kicker. Too many layers on thinning hair don't add volume. They remove it, especially on shorter cuts. The more you layer, the less you have to work with. The ends get stringy, the top gets flat, and suddenly your volumizing cut looks more like it gave up halfway through. And let's be honest, no amount of mousse can resurrect a haircut that's thinned out your hair even more. So what works instead? Try a blunt or softly graduated cut with minimal layering. Think gentle angles that hold shape, not lose it. A short bob that hugs the jaw. A pixie with fullness at the crown. Something that gives the illusion of thickness by keeping the weight where you need it, especially around the top and sides. And if the word blunt makes you nervous, don't worry. We're not talking helmet hair, just a cleaner edge that doesn't let your hair scatter to the wind like fall leaves. You deserve a cut that supports your hair, not one that depends on styling tricks to survive. Next up, the sneaky mistake that makes your scalp show more than it should, even when you think you've covered it up. Part 2, the deep side part illusion. Let's talk about the part. Not the acting kind, the hair kind. At some point, many of us fell in love with the deep side part. It felt glamorous, a little dramatic, maybe even slimming. But if your hair's been thinning, especially around the temples or crown, that dramatic swoop might be doing you dirty. Ask me how I know. I once tried to hide a thinning patch with a deep part and some backcombing magic. What I ended up with was a lopsided mound and a very visible scalp line, like a neon sign that said, "Guess what's missing?" Here's the twist. When your hair thins, deep parts can actually exaggerate the loss. They split the hair unevenly, weigh one side down, and draw attention right to the sparse spots. Not exactly the illusion we were going for. So what's the alternative? Try a soft zigzag part or a slightly off-center part instead. These break up the line, create a sense of movement, and help distribute volume more evenly. Bonus, they also make the eye travel. So instead of focusing on the scalp, people notice the overall shape. And if you've been married to your side part for decades, no shame. but consider giving it a nudge. Your hair deserves a little flexibility. And honestly, so do we. Next up, why short doesn't mean stiff, and how to avoid the helmet effect without sacrificing structure. Part 3. The helmet hair hang-up. Remember when structured hair meant spraying it into submission? You'd leave the salon feeling fabulous until you leaned back in the car seat and your entire head moved as one. Been there. And my poor seatbelt still hasn't forgiven me. For women over 60 with thinning hair, the instinct to hold everything in place is strong. After all, if it's already sparse, we don't want it shifting around, right? But here's the irony. Stiff styles don't protect thin hair, they spotlight it. Helmet hair adds bulk in all the wrong places and makes your head look solid. Not full, solid. And when there's no movement, your hair can actually look less alive, which, let's be honest, is the exact opposite of what we're going for. So here's the shift. Go for light, touchable texture instead of sprayed-on structure. Think soft waves, gentle flips, or even a slightly messy pixie. These create the illusion of fullness and let the scalp breathe, literally and visually. Ask your stylist for a cut that has built-in movement, something you can ruffle with your fingers, not shellac into place. And if your bathroom still houses a hairspray that could double as industrial adhesive, maybe it's time to set it free. Along with those chunky headbands and banana clicks from 1987. Next up, the sneaky danger of overwashing and how it's quietly sabotaging your volume. Part 4. The overwashing oops. Let's be honest, most of us were raised to believe that clean hair meant freshly washed every day. Back then, skipping a shampoo felt like forgetting deodorant. A little rebellious. So I kept washing. Daily. Sometimes twice if the weather got humid or I had a dinner invite. And I thought I was doing my thinning hair a favor, keeping it light, bouncy, oil-free. Turns out, I was washing away the very things my hair needed to survive. Here's the quiet truth. After 60, your scalp slows down. Oil production decreases, and washing too often can strip your hair of the few natural oils it does have left. That's like thinning your hair and then thinning it again for good measure. The result? Dry strands, breakage, and a scalp that's tight, flaky, and just a little cranky. So what to try instead? Ease into a 2 to 3 times per week rhythm. On off days, use a lightweight dry shampoo at the roots. Just enough to freshen things up without smothering them. Or better yet, go for a gentle rinse with conditioner only. It resets your hair without stripping it down. And if you're worried it'll look greasy, give it a minute. Your scalp will adjust, and you might be surprised how much more volume shows up when your hair isn't squeaky clean and slippery. Next up, the well-meaning brush habit that's doing more harm than good. And no, it's not the teasing comb's fault this time. Part 5. The 100 brushstrokes myth. Ah yes, the old wisdom. Brush your hair 100 times a night for shine and health. My grandma swore by it. I tried it in my 30s. My arms gave out somewhere around stroke 57. But here's what no one told us back then. That much brushing might have worked when we had thicker, oilier hair and steel scalp resilience. After 60, it's a whole different story. Now, when hair is finer and more delicate, aggressive brushing does the opposite of shine and bounce. It stretches, it snaps. It yanks out strands that were trying their best to hang on. Ask me how I know. I once brushed so vigorously that my part looked like a freshly tilled garden row. Here's the gentle truth. Thinning hair doesn't want to be tamed. It wants to be treated kindly. So, switch to a wide tooth comb or a soft bristle brush. Detangle slowly, starting at the ends and working your way up. And for bonus points, do it while your hair is slightly damp with leave-in conditioner. It's like giving your strands a little spa day. And if brushing your hair feels like a chore these days, here's a thought. It doesn't have to be a nightly ritual. It just has to be gentle. Next up, why clinging to youthful color? might be quietly draining your glow, and what your natural tones are begging you to try instead. Part 6. The hair color cling that's aging you more than you think. I used to chase my old hair color like it was a missing sock. Every few weeks, I'd sit in that salon chair with a determined sigh and say, "Same shade, please. Maybe a touch darker this time." Spoiler, that touch eventually turned into a helmet of espresso brown. And my thinning hair? It looked flatter than ever. If you've been doing this too, you're not alone. Here's the sneaky truth. Darker, all-over color on thinning hair can actually make it look less full. It flattens the scalp, erases dimension, and casts shadows in all the wrong places. And that solid wall of color? It has a way of making fine hair look like a wig that forgot to fluff. Now, this isn't about going gray unless you want to. It's about working with what you've got. What to try instead? Lighter tones, soft highlights, or root blending techniques that add depth and movement. These shades reflect light, create the illusion of volume, and gently frame the face, without screaming, "I'm trying to look 30." And if you're nervous to let go of your signature color, just remember, you're not giving up your identity. You're updating your strategy. Because sometimes, holding on to an old hair color is like keeping jeans from 1992. It's not that they're bad. They just don't do you any favors anymore. Coming up next, a quick wrap-up and a little love for every woman who's ever panicked over a widening part. So here's what we've learned. Friend, thinning hair after 60 isn't a flaw. It's just a shift. And the real problem isn't age. It's the leftover advice we've been clinging to, like that one round brush with half the bristles missing. We were told to layer for volume, part deep for drama, wash daily for shine, brush endlessly for health, stiffen it with spray, and keep coloring like we were still in college. And hey, if any of that still works for you, keep doing it. No judgment. Truly. But if your hair has started whispering, "Help," it's okay to listen. Sometimes less structure means more softness. Less color means more light. And letting go of old routines can make space for hair that finally feels like you again. So, try one tip, or try them all, or just file this away for the next time you're squinting at your reflection, wondering if it's your part, or your lighting, or just life. The truth is, you get to change your mind even if it's been 30 years in the making. Thanks for watching Glow After 60. If something here made you smile, nod, or feel a little more seen, give it a like and share it with someone who's also tired of bad hair days masquerading as aging. And hey, your scalp says thanks.